Welcome to VendTech FM, a series of podcasts where we focus on various aspects of the coffee and vending world. Sounds fun, right? Alongside the suppliers, customers and everyone else in between, we'll give you a unique look on what we're about and what's truly important in an ever-changing and surprisingly interesting industry. Apparently coffee is a popular drink now. Discovered by a goat herder in Ethiopia in 1500s, coffee is a key part to the modern world. The average person in the UK consumes around 2.8 kilos of coffee per year. This, however, is nothing compared to the Netherlands. They consume a whopping 8.3 kilos per capita. With that wonderful fact, where else could we visit apart from a company who came from, you guessed it, the Netherlands, Bravilor Bonamat. Here we are at the UK head office with birthday boy Justin Brown, Bravilor's sales director. How are you?
I'm good, yeah, and yourself?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
Mr. Brown, tell me about yourself.
So I'm the sales director here at Bravilor Limited in the UK, which is one of the affiliate offices for Bravilor Bonamat.
Yep.
Been here for about 3.5 years. Been in the industry in total for around about 15. Previously working for a coffee roaster. But prior to that, my kind of first steps within the coffee industry was having a coffee shop.
All right.
With a pub as well at the same time, which is basically through my rep at the time got into the coffee industry.
Right, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Cool.
so I know kind of both sides of either working in HoReCa,
Yeah.
hotels, restaurants and cafes and so on, as well as being working for a roaster,
Yeah.
and now obviously a manufacturer of machines.
Yeah. So kind of a experience across the board.
An involvement.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
throughout the industry.
Good. I like that. Who are Bravilor? Give me a bit of background, a bit of history.
So we're a family-owned business,
Yeah.
third generation.
Yeah.
Gus Verheyen is the owner, based out in Heerhugowaard, which is about half an hour away from Amsterdam in Holland.
Right.
The business originally started in 1948 by his grandfather, a guy called A.J. Verheyen. He was based in Amsterdam at the time, providing coffee and other associated products into the hotel industry.
Yeah.
His then sons took over the business and in 1958 developed the very first Bravilor machine called the Bravilor B2,
Yes.
which is the kind of forerunner for our B-series bulk brewers that you may want to have a look at a little bit later.
Yeah, we will, yeah.
Bravilor, so that's the history and that's how we started. We're now in Heerhugowaard, which is the main production plant, with a secondary one that opened in 2018 in Poland.
Right.
To increase overhead capacity and to look at possibly divulging into more of the domestic market, as well as giving us more of a range within bean to cup and other ranges of equipment that we manufacture.
Yeah. So it's kind of almost evolved from just the filter coffee through to kind of full bean to cups, proper coffee as well.
That's correct. Yeah.
Brilliant. What's so good about Bravilor?
What's not? And there's a number of unique selling points. I guess the first and foremost is it's a family-run business.
Yep.
So decisions can be made possibly a lot quicker than companies that are owned by banks, for one instance. Pretty much everything is done in-house. Manufacturing's primarily done between Holland and Poland now. Things like sheet metal cutting, fabrication, plastic mold injection. R&D has around about 30 people within that department alone.
Wow.
So we deal with all the software in-house. Very little is outsourced.
Right.
We try and keep as much control over what we manufacture as possible.
Yeah.
All in-house. So then we've got complete control. It helps with obviously quality assurance.
Yeah.
A nice unique selling point for Bravilor, not just here in the UK but worldwide, is that we are a manufacturer that produces quite large stocks.
Right.
Here in Wokingham in Berkshire, we have a plentiful stock of equipment and parts. Something like at the moment, I think it's mid 80% of orders are delivered next day.
Yeah.
That number would be higher if it wasn't for the fact that not everyone wants a machine or a part next day. Parts mostly they do, but machines, we can take an order now for an installation in several weeks' time. So as well as maintaining decent stocks of equipment and parts here in Wokingham and our other affiliate branches around the world, we have after sales service. We have our own sales team. We have our own technical team, which are pivotal to obviously supporting our equipment in the field.
Yeah.
Not only just selling them to distributors like yourselves, but making sure that their engineers have full support, training, telephone number to call if they get stuck on site. We also provide our engineers that we can provide should certain distributors not have them. And that, in a nutshell, is what we provide here in the UK.
So what's so good about Bravilor?
Well, Bravilor Limited is an affiliate of Bravilor Bonamat, which is the parent company. As mentioned previously, it's a family-owned business, so decisions can be made, in my opinion, relatively quick in comparison to other companies of all different industries where they're probably owned by a bank or of a similar size. So that's always nice. We do as much as we can in-house from a manufacturing point of view. We don't outsource anything if we can do it in-house. Things like software. We have around 30 people working in R&D alone back in Holland.
Wow.
We do things like plastic mold injection in-house. We also do the metal fabrication and cutting in-house, software in-house. So we have a lot of control, which gives us a lot of ability to make sure that all of our quality or quality assurance is kept neat and tidy. R&D playing a big factor in that. With regards to what else is brilliant about Bravilor is the fact that we do hold good stock levels. We're one of the very few manufacturers, not just in the UK, but probably across Europe, that has a very high percentage of next day deliveries with not just parts, but also equipment. Something like the mid-80s, I think it is currently right now, percent of orders go out next day. And the reason that's not higher is because not everyone wants a machine the next day. They want to plan in an installation, in several weeks or so on and so forth. But that, in my opinion, deals can be lost by not having stocks of equipment readily available. Obviously, we've got a fantastic showroom behind us, which is open not just to our distributors, but to our clients, their clients. One thing about Bravilor that's probably worth pointing out is we're not a manufacturer that sells to the end user, so we won't be selling to hotels, pubs, restaurants, your clients. So we're never going to be in competition with you guys. We are your supplier and we're here to support you. We have, across all of the affiliates and here in the UK as well, in-house technical department, which is here to support not just the salespeople, but primarily, I guess, the engineers in the field that work for Refreshment Systems and other distributors. Should they have any issues, any problems, or advice, we have a 5-day-a-week telephone number that they can call. We offer training. Today we've got a number of engineers in the building that are training.
You got some of our guys upstairs.
You have 2 of your guys are here as well, which is fantastic. So obviously that took a little bit of a downtime throughout the pandemic, but that's come back with a vengeance, because most days now Terry and the guys here are doing training with engineers to catch up, and that's open to all our distributors. It's not something that we charge for. Obviously there's the time and obviously accommodation that you guys would or your guys that are here now have had to cover, but the training's free. We can make it as in-depth as you like, or it can be refresher training, it could be installation training, or from a sales perspective, myself and the sales team here offer people like yourself and your sales guys sales training on existing equipment, new equipment that's come through this year, and just refresher training. These facilities are also yours, so if you ever need to bring a client here, providing the diary permits it and we're not doing something like this, then they're open to you guys for sure. We find that half the battle is won if we can get people who are basically signing off the orders to come here, because once it's here, it kind of sells itself. And when they see the equipment, they know how good it is, and it is that much easier. And we have used it on quite a few occasions. Which is good. And I like the fact that there's kind of within the business there's almost full autonomy to make decisions and to develop kind of technology, all that kind of stuff. It's all in-house. It's all in-house. So there isn't anything that's outsourced and you're relying on someone else or someone else's patent, someone else's technology. It's all within. That's right. And we have a number of patented parts, from brewers to valves, to many different parts of components that go within the machines. I won't get too technical because that's not my area, but we do carry a lot of patents, and we also have huge amounts of certifications as well. To operate in the so we work in 10 different countries where you'll find an affiliate or a business like Bravilor Limited, from America to North Europe, South Europe, and so on. But we actually provide to around about 100 different countries across the globe Bravilor equipment. So you can go on many a holiday and still find Bravilor equipment. Get a bit geeky and kind of see, aren't they? Well, you kind of, when you want to go on holiday, you want to go on holiday, but you're faced with an Espressus or a B10 in the hotel, which is, it's obviously a good thing, but our name's far and wide, and it's recognised within the industry, and it's held within high regard. And one thing that's always nice, you've got some engineers here today with some other engineers from other companies, is myself or the account manager or the MD, we try our best as often as we can to catch the engineers either mid-training or when they're leaving to ask, how did it go? Did you get much from it today? And as we all know, engineers can be very honest, which is a good thing. But generally, the overriding feedback from engineers about Bravilor equipment is that it's very easy to work on.
Yeah.
It's built with that in mind. It's built with the end user in mind. Essentially, we're a company of engineers producing machines for engineers.
Yeah. I know from experience how robust the machines are and how easy they are to use, even as a salesperson.
Yeah.
You can figure it out quite quickly.
You can,
which is great. So what's so good about the Rexes?
So like Bravilor, they're a family-owned business.
Yeah.
They, like us, keep all of their R&D in-house. Like Bravilor, they're reactive to customer needs.
Yeah.
They're right up there when it comes to technology, same as Bravilor. And being a Swiss manufacturer, Swiss built, renowned for their build quality, reliability. It works. It's a very nice partnership. We've got a number of projects, with yourselves included, that have gone very well with Rex.
Yeah. And the kit is quality. It is. You can see that when you use them. And I'm right in saying you essentially build them to order, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's not like...
So Bravilor is a one-stop shop for hot beverage dispensing machines, from water boilers to hot chocolate machines to filter to instant to bean to cup. Rex only concentrate on bean to cup equipment.
Yes.
So there's 3 essential machines in the range, but there are many different variants of. So in order to get the order right, they are built to order.
So it's not necessarily just a standard off the shelf version.
No, they never will be off the shelf.
Yeah. Which is good because obviously customers have so many different needs and requests and all that kind of stuff. It's better that often that you can just kind of tailor it to what they need.
Yeah, as long as the expectation is managed from the outset that is the deal. It is the lead time is different to Bravilor. Yeah.
And we measure expectations properly with customers.
I know you do. Yeah.
Innovation is something that, much like RSL, seems to be a big focus for Bravilor. We've already mentioned kind of R&D being in-house, etc. Is this something that you and Bravilor see as important?
Yeah, of course. I think the last couple of years or so, worldwide pandemic has kind of cemented that manufacturers of all industries need to be on top of their game when it comes to innovation.
Yeah.
Having to deal with certain, what happened in the last 18 months, basically.
Yeah.
So yes, as I mentioned previously, we've got around 30 people in our R&D department. So innovation, we've got an innovation centre as well.
Yeah.
That's key to our growth as a manufacturer in the coffee industry. With this year alone, we've launched a number of both new machines. We've updated some current machines with kind of more up-to-date technology, being able to deal with third-party devices. Innovation is something that we constantly strive to be on top of and in front of, and to hopefully lead the market. Yeah.
And has the pandemic allowed you to kind of ramp that up?
I guess, like anyone in our industry, particularly when you're dealing with the wholesale sector, so your hotels, restaurants, and that were shut.
Yes. Yeah.
It did give us time to, reflect on the market itself, but also time to look at innovation, look at how we develop equipment, both existing and new, where the market will go once normality comes back, which we're now hopefully seeing for good. And when we did come out of the blocks, that we were the fastest horse out, basically. Yeah.
Brilliant. Cool. Last year, you attained the EcoVadis Silver Sustainability Rating. Is sustainability something that Bravilor consider to be important?
Of course, yeah. And moving forward, that will become more and more important. Last August 2020, Bravilor Bonamat as a group was awarded a silver medal in EcoVadis for sustainable business policies, corporate social responsibility, CSR, and the environment. They're all becoming more and more important and a higher priority for companies across the world in all industries. And the CSR assessment, as you may be aware, and ratings are based on a couple of key factors, which are basically the environment, labour practices and human rights, fair business practices, as well as sustainable procurement. Bravilor being listed now in the top 25 of companies that are assessed by EcoVadis, which is a trusted provider. The ratings are recognised globally. There's over 65,000 companies within EcoVadis, in over 200 industries and more than 160 countries. So Bravilor is proud to have a silver medal in EcoVadis. It keeps us motivated to continue and improve business processes for the future.
Brilliant. Like I say, it's a great accolade in my opinion. It's brilliant. And what's changed or what's changing here at Bravilor in 2021, 22?
So 2020 and beginning of this year obviously gave us, like many businesses in the industry, time to reflect.
Yep.
Time to kind of gather our thoughts and how we, as I mentioned, come out of the blocks and tackle the world when it comes back to normality. So it gave us the opportunity to crack on with a couple of projects that were in the pipeline.
Yeah.
We've got the launch of a new bean to cup machine in the not too distant future,
Right.
before Christmas. A machine called the Espresso,
Right.
which is an entry level bean to cup machine,
Yeah.
high end domestic, low end commercial, called the Espresso, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
We have looked at our Bolero range, and on all of the 13 amp machines, we've given them a facelift.
Yeah.
We've not fixed anything that wasn't broken because the Bolero range is renowned for its reliability.
Yeah.
But we've added touchscreen technology to it.
Cool.
In the coming months, probably by beginning of next year, there'll be the ability to add additional third-party devices. Like contactless payment systems. Obviously, you have CoinMex and so on.
Yeah.
Telemetry devices, all using MDB protocol. So
Brilliant.
they look, they just look, fantastic now.
Yeah.
For an instant
Excellent.
machine, which there is still a large market.
Yeah,
here
there
in
is.
the UK.
Yeah.
So that's happened. There's a new HWA3 water boiler which we launched not too long ago. There's a lot of things that we've been working on, and there will be more to come. But obviously I can't say too much on that.
Yeah. And what about the Sago fresh milk?
Yep. So the Sago 12, which is was the existing or the only model within the Sago range, was a fresh bean, powdered milk, and hot chocolate machine.
Yeah.
But not too long ago, we launched the Sago 12 and Sago 11L or fresh milk units.
Right. Yeah.
So now giving the Sago with the patented technology of the Circo brewer, which has won a number of awards globally.
Yeah.
It does produce fantastic espressos.
Yeah, it does.
Again, engineers throughout many different distributors will hopefully back that up. So now we've got the ability to deliver not just fantastic espressos, but also with really good milk quality as well. And that has really kind of hit the ground running.
Yeah. Because that can be the difference on a lot of sites, can't it? If it's fresh milk and it's as good as you can get from a cafe or restaurant, then it's a game changer, really, isn't it?
That with the espresso machine, which is coming shortly, now gives us basically a full range of bean to cup equipment across kind of all needs.
Yeah.
So you've got entry level, mid level, and high end capacity with regards to bean to cup, and across powdered milk and fresh milk. That's now covering all bases.
Brilliant. So from our perspective as selling to our clients, our customers, there's not really an angle we can't cover.
No, that's right. And we launched the Specialist a number of years ago now, and that was a kind of the one size fits all. But some sites will only do 30 drinks a day. Some sites will only do 60 drinks a day. Yeah. And we're not going to kid ourselves. An Specialist is going to sometimes be too much of an expense to put in a small site, maybe a salon or a small car showroom or meeting room similar to this. Yeah. Now, as you mentioned, or you quite rightly put, we've got all angles covered when it comes to our bean to cup range and needs within that sector of the industry. Yeah.
It is part of the industry that does almost get left out because it's obviously the volumes aren't as good. So, it's focused on the bigger stuff, isn't it?
It is, yeah, that's right.
Which is understandable, but then at the same time, it is nice being able to kind of tick that box for any customer, especially when you've got a site that might have various different requirements. So they might have a room like this where you need a little machine just to use as and when, and then somewhere else they'll need a bigger machine for all the staff to use on a day-to-day basis.
That's right. Again with Bravilor, what we try and do is replicate what we've done now with the bean to cup machines, but across our other ranges. So whether it's Boleros, with various from the Bolero 1 right up to the XL turbos, with very high powered 3-phase options. So it's not one size fits all. We don't just make one type of machine. If it's instant, we want to make sure we've got the right machine for the right need. And the same with filter coffee as well. Whether it's the not too long ago launched junior machine, which is a pour over or pour and serve, depending on which terminology you want to use, to the Novo, right up to things like the Aurora bulk brewers and the long established B series, which is it's been around for some years now.
Yeah, which are brilliant for like a hotel kind of service where you've got
not
a big
many
wedding
hotels
on and stuff like that.
Don't have a B series in.
Yes,
in my opinion.
Yeah. And it is beyond kind of the next year or so. Is there anything else we can kind of look forward to, or have you got to remain tight-lipped on that at the moment?
Yes, but yeah, we've, as I mentioned, these 30 odd guys and ladies within R&D, they're constantly looking at existing machines.
Yep.
So, your engineers will know, because we send out updates as and when they're released, whether it's software changes, whether there's new things to the marketplace. And a couple of years back when flat writes were introduced, a whole load of our machines had to then have menus redone and uploaded to machines. So they're constantly looking and striving to see what's next within the industry, whether it's new recipes, whether it's new technology. But with regards to what's coming in those particular years, I'm going to have to let you wait and see.
Yeah.
But there's exciting things to come.
Yeah. Well, I suppose what's coming in the industry, there seems to be a big shift, isn't there, to cold coffees, frappuccinos, etc. And then obviously you've got that covered off on the Rexes where you can do the hot and cold milk.
You can, There's particular models which are, if it's got a fridge, we can produce cold drinks basically with also syrup stations as well, which are now available. Yeah,
which at college or universities is like they drink more the cold stuff than they do the hot stuff generally, don't they?
You can, and also if you've got a high-end bar, or it doesn't have to be a high-end bar, high-end hotel, you can also put spirits within those syrup stations as well. So whether it's Irish coffees or martini, espresso martinis, these machines can produce those.
Quality, brilliant, good stuff. So as you can see, Bravilor are so much more than boilers. Everything they do is top quality, and they really do have a huge focus on innovation and sustainability. Quite rightly, Bravilor have a worldwide reputation as one of the leading brands for filter coffee machines and fully automatic coffee machines. 70 years on and still going strong. Justin, thank you and happy birthday.
Thank you. Cheers, Jamie. Thank you very much.
This podcast has been brought to you by Refreshment Systems Limited, edited by Isaac Dunyo and Evan Church, produced by Steve May, host Jamie Cochrane, with special thanks to Justin Brown and Bravilor Bonamat.